For starters, you're just gonna put it below your knees, above your ankles. You're gonna walk your feet into parallel so that you've got a little bit of contraction on your inner thighs. You're growing nice and tall as you stand up, abs are in, a little bit of balance. We're gonna lift up those heels, stay for a moment in that heel raise, gently lower your heels as best you can without slamming them down. So you're gonna inhale, lift, hold for a count, and then gently down. So just continue that. You can just leave your hands, you can go prayer pose if you'd like. You can have your arms out here. You can do some movement with your arms if you want. But basically what you're trying to do is lift, hold, and gently come down. Lift, hold, and gently down. So up on those tippy toes, gently down, holding that ball or pillow below your knees, but above your ankles. You should feel some calf work. While you're doing that, think about keeping those abs in and those ribs down, shoulders out of your ears, couple more times. Nice and gently lifting up, holding for a moment, gently down. 4 more like that. Heel raise. Last 3, pause at the top. Last 2, little pause. Last 1, hold it up, check that balance, holding, 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 holding. And then relax that down. Let's do a quick little stretch for those calves. So step forward with your right foot, back with the left. Keep your feet pointed straight ahead. Lunge into that right leg, press that left heel down. And then bend that left knee a little bit to take it a little bit deeper. Roll up on your tippy toes. Turn the toe out and the heel in. Keep your hips square, lunge it forward. Bend that left knee. Roll up on those toes again and turn your toes in, press, and this one should feel really good. And then bend, and then bring it up. And now your left leg comes forward, right leg steps back, toes are pointed straight ahead. Press that heel down, bend that back knee, roll it up, toe goes out, heel goes in, lunge it, bend it. And then one more time, we're going to turn those right toes in, heel out, lunge forward, feel that stretch on your calf, bend the knee, and bring that up. And now we're going to bring that ball between your thighs, and we're going to walk those feet into parallel, abs are in, shoulders up, back, and down. We're going to bend that right knee and stretch the left leg to the side as much as you can without dropping the ball. Then stand up, lift that leg off the ground, squeeze in. If you need to tap your toe, you can. Otherwise, reach out and come in. Reach out and come in, reach out and come in. Again, hands can be here. If you want your arms out here, that's fine. Otherwise, up and down. If you don't want to squeeze on the ball or the pillow, you don't have to have it. Good. Last 2 here. And last one, sit into it. Right knee is bent. Feel this in your quad and your glute. Lift those left toes off the ground. Practice that balance. And then tap the ball or tap your toe down, squeeze the ball, tap and squeeze, tap and squeeze, tap and squeeze. Stand it up. Right leg forward, left leg back. So now that ball is in front of that left leg and behind the right one. Abs in. You're going to reach back with a long straight leg on that left leg and then squeeze it forward. Reach back and squeeze forward. As you squeeze, you're going to tuck those hips and squeeze that ball. Feel that right quad and that right glute even more, a couple more here. And if you have knee issues, recent surgery, anything like that, make it a very small range of motion. Last 2. Last 1, lunge it back, hold it here, tap that toe up and down a couple times, and relax. Put that ball in your left hand, cross your right leg over your left. Ball goes to your hip. Push the hip over to your right, arms go up and over to the left, get that whole stretch down the side of your body. And then you're just going to pivot a little teeny bit. You can put that ball on your thigh, hands there, exhale through your cat, inhale through a leprechaun, lift that right arm up and over you go. And now we'll do the same on the other side. So ball is back between your thighs. Weight on your left leg, right leg is going to reach out, squeeze in. Reach out and squeeze in. If you can keep the foot in the air, that's, a little more challenge for your balance, but if you don't need to, then don't worry about it. or if you need to, tap your toe down. There we go. Again, hands can be there. You can do some arm movement if you like. Good. Last time, you're going to reach it out. You're going to stay bent and lift that leg, and you're going to squeeze it in and tap, in and tap, in and tap, in and tap. Two more, in and tap, in and tap. Now that ball is going to come in front of the right and behind the left, and you're going to reach back with the right and stand up and squeeze. Reach, stand up and squeeze. Reach, stand up and squeeze. You're welcome to add arms. If you lifted those arms up over your head, you're going to create that longer lever from your head to your toe, creating more resistance. Don't have to. Whatever range of motion works for you. So you feel that left quad and that left glute. A couple more. And last time, reach it back, stretch, lift, toes go up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down. Woo, bring that up, ball in your right hand, left leg up and over, ball on your hip, arms go to the other direction. And then we'll pivot just a little bit, bring that down on the ball, roll through your cat, inhale through your leprechaun and lift it up. All right, you will notice I didn't do to the front because we get to do that from that seated position on that ball. So you could either sit on your pillow newt, or at this point you could sit on that roller and have it lengthwise. So it's, you know, going to be unstable. But if that's a lot, then don't worry, you can just sit on the pillow. All right, so left knee is going to be bent, right leg. We're going to take it in front and then out to the side. Just a couple little open closes here. And then bring it out to the side. Flex through the heel, sit as tall as you can through your spine. Drag your heel in, feel your hamstring work a little bit. Press it out, quad presses that leg down, trying to get the back of the knee closer, sitting tall through your spine. You could even extend your opposite arm to remind you not to slump, right? But if you don't need to, just sit tall. Drag it, press it down. Drag it back, press it down. Drag it back, press it down. So hamstring, quad press, hamstring, quad press. Two more times, hamstring, quad, hamstring, quad. Now here comes the fun part. We do that in the air. Hamstring, quad, hamstring, quad. You feel that quad more this time. Press and press, sitting tall, and press and press and press. And two more, press and press, hold, ouch. Woo! Roll that ball so it's underneath your left hip, and then drop that right leg off the ball, right? So I'm going to try and really be very lopsided. So my right hip, sorry, is off the ball. Bring that thigh back so your knee is behind the hip. And then if you can pull the heel even closer, that's awesome. And then you can lean over, increasing that stretch, maybe onto your elbow. The further back you walk, the more you're going to feel that line from your knee through your hip to your shoulder, arm up. You can open a little bit to the back of the room, come back through center, bring that hand down if you want, rotate a little bit, back through center, up and over we go. And come on back through center. And we get to do the other leg. So right knee is bent, left leg is out. We want to sit really tall. Remember, you can lift that opposite arm if you want. Otherwise, you're going to flex and pull in and press out. Pull in and press out. Grab, use your hamstring, drag it. As you press out, use your quad to flatten, right? Drag in, press down. Drag in, press down. Notice if you're starting to curl, I was. Sit tall in that spine. Lengthen. You can even use your hands to press down on the knee to help you grow taller. So a few more here. Last two. And last one. Sit tall. We get to do that in the air. Press, bend and press. Bend and press. Bend and press. Feel that quad. And press. And press. And press. And press. And press. And press. And ooh, scoot. So that now only your right hip is on the ball. Bring that left leg behind you. Try and get the knee further back than the hip. Grab that ankle. And then lean over. long line. Open to the back if that would feel good, come back to center, rotate down and around, and then lift back up. And we get to come off the ball. We're going to use that ball for some support for our roll downs. So we're going to bring that ball right up against the sacrum. And then, so this is probably where you'd use a pillow newt. That'll give you a little bit of a wedge here, but not a wedgie. And then grab hold of your knees so you can lean back as a nice straight line, right? We don't want any curl on this one. Then you're going to lift your arms in front of you, bend your elbows, pull your ribs in, lift those arms a little higher. Check that those ribs are still in. See if you could lift your arms a little higher. So our challenge is, how high up can my arms go so that I feel length and reach through my spine and yet my ribs are still down? Then lower those hands, come up just a tiny bit. You don't want to lose the ball support here. Hinge back, try and play with how high those arms can go. Lower them down, come up, inhale. Exhale, hinge it back, reaching, finding wherever that is for you. Couple more, so you exhale, hinge back. Inhale to reach, lower your hands, exhaling, inhale. Exhale, hinge back, inhale, reach it up, lower it down. A few more here, exhale, hinge it back, inhale, reach it up, lower those hands, deep breath in, exhale, hinge it back. We're going to stay here this time. I want you to reach a little more through one hand, reach a little more through the other, keep the ribs down, stretch, reach, hold, 4, 3, 2, 1, woo, and relax. Curl into the ball, take a rounded position, feel that flexion going the other way. Inhale, sit tall, extend it. Exhale, roll it back. Inhale, lift it forward. One more time, back, and then forward. All right, as you come down, you're going to take that ball between your knees, roll all the way down, lying down position. Take your fingers, put them on your low abs right between your hip bones. Deep breath in. On the exhale, squeeze that ball and feel hopefully a change in your abs underneath your fingers. Inhale, release the squeeze. Exhale, squeeze again. Inhale, release. Exhale, squeeze again. One more time. Inhale, release. Exhale, squeeze that ball. Hold the squeeze as you float the head, neck, and shoulders off the ground. Inhale, hold at the top. Exhale, down. Inhale. Exhale to lift it up. Maybe lift those arms up this time on the inhale. Exhale, bring it down. Inhale to prepare. Exhale to lift. Inhale, arms reach. Maybe they go a little further overhead. Exhale, bring it down. Deep breath in. Exhale, lift. Arms reach. Maybe they go all the way overhead. We try and find that length from the hip to the fingertips. Ribs flat. Exhale, bring it down. Inhale. Exhale, lift it up. Reach on that inhale. Exhale, bring it down. A few more here. Exhale, lift. Inhale, reach. Keep in mind, if your neck is bothering you, you can exhale, pull the ribs down. Inhale, reach the arms overhead. Feel that challenge there. You don't even have to lift the neck. Exhale, lifting up or not. Inhale, reaching. Last time. Exhale, down. Inhale, prepare. Exhale, lift. Reach the arms. Hold it here. Back of the neck is long. Stretching, reaching, and gently bring it down. Lift those legs tabletop and bring that ball a little bit lower, maybe between the shins. So you're just using the pillow on this one, probably new. Head, neck, and shoulders off the ground. Inhale, stretch the legs, squeeze the ball, squeeze your hands together, double leg stretch, tap your shins. Inhale, reach and stretch, squeeze the ball, squeeze your hands. Exhale, bend. Inhale, reach, stretch, squeeze, and back to center. Come on, bend. Reach and squeeze, and back to center. Keep it going. Come on. People want to see you. Yeah, people want to see you, buddy. Come on. Oh, you're teasing us. Reach and squeeze. 2 more times. Reach and squeeze. And then option to grab the ball, bring it between your hands, squeeze everything. Tap it again between your shins, squeeze everything. Your head, neck, and shoulders say lift. I guess you're on screen now. I know you have a little hair fetish. Okay, reach and tap. And then if you want a big challenge this time, you put the ball on your shins, you roll it to your ankles, you come back, and then you reach again. Roll it to your ankles, come back, reach again. You don't have to do this one. Whatever version is working for you is fine. And then on that last one, wherever you are, you're gonna hold it in extension, whether that ball is here or here, doesn't matter. If your neck is bothering you, it can be down, and then we're squeezing the ball, we're reaching through the fingers, ribs are flat, find that link through your body, and then bend those knees, hug them in. Well, we're getting ready to do toe touches, but it looks like mine is gonna be cat touches. So bring those ribs down towards your hips. Knees are over your hips, but they're obviously a little bit apart. If that ball is between your ankles, inhale, prepare. Exhale, staple the belly button to the spine. Inhale, move your thighs away from the body. Tap your toes towards the ground or your cat. Exhale, bring it back up again. Inhale, as the legs move away. Exhale, bring it back up again. So obviously your range of motion can be as big as any animals will allow. When you come back up, you really want to squeeze those inner thighs. If you're feeling it too much, move the ball a little bit higher towards your knees, right? You just find that spot that works for you, or that pillow. Upper body is just completely relaxed. Palms are open to the ceiling, squeezing on that ball. You have a few more here, like this. And then if you want that last level of challenge, bring that ball between your ankles, point your toes, and now you do double leg lower, right? So now we have that longer lever. If that feels like too much on your back, go back to the bent knee, toe touches, whichever one feels like it works best for you. You have 6 more of whatever you're doing, long legs or bent knees, either one is fine. And when you finish that 6th one, hug those knees in, take a little rock side to side. So we're gonna do bridges on the ball. I'm gonna probably have to modify this so you get to still do the work. So your feet are on the ball, heels are down, and toes are forward. It's like little bird feet on a perch. Your knees are gonna want to gap open, so be really aware of keeping those knees together. Hands down by your sides, deep breath in, exhale, lift it up. So again, you're gonna come a lot higher than I did. You have a few options here. You could roll the ball in and out. You could lift and lower those hips. So you can probably barely see. I'm just doing a small lift and lower since I'm not up very high. You can make that as aggressive as you want. If you wanted to, you could lift, lower, lift, roll out, in, lower, lift, roll out, in, lower, etc. So again, you can do about 4 more double legs here, please. And then relax, bring those hips down. You can stick with that option 2 more times if you don't want to do single leg. If you want to try single leg, you're going to put your right heel down and your right toes up. Then you're going to lift your hips off the ground. And then you can hover your hands and roll in and out. You could lift and lower those hips. Or for the bigger challenge, you're going to lift that left leg up in the air. And again, I can roll that ball in and out. I can lift and lower my hips. I can do a combination, lift, roll out in, lower, lift, out in. You choose what you want to do. That right hamstring and glute should really feel this. And then we'll take a quick break. Leave the ball down there, cross your right ankle over your left thigh, reach around, grab that left hamstring, give that right side some love, take a little rock side to side. Then put that left foot on the ground, cross the right knee all the way over the left, arms out into a T, hug them up and in. Use your left hand to pull those knees slightly across, and that might be enough stretch for the hip. You can, if you want, go into a full twist. And then back to center, uncross. You know what we have is a whole nother leg. So heel is down, left heel is down, left toes are up. Use your right hip to help you come up. Hover your hands, roll in and out, go up and down, or for the big challenge, that right leg goes up in the air. That's not going to happen on my side, so I'm just going to do some little heel drags here while you guys keep going. So you're going to do about 9 of these. whether it's lift lower or out in, or the two things together, lift, out in, lower, etc. And when you finish that ninth one, go ahead and cross that left ankle over the right. Press it open, grab that right hamstring, take a little rock side to side, and then crisscross the left knee all the way over, left arm off to the side, and then bring those knees up and over. And if you want to stay there, stay there. If you want a full twist, go ahead and do a full twist. And then when you come back, you're going to bridge up and put that ball underneath your tailbone, and then find tabletop, right? So now we get to do our toe touches in that unstable environment. So ribs are in, abs are down, and then maybe you start with a single leg toe touch or a heel flex. When you want a bigger challenge, lift your arms off the ground. And again, choose to do single leg or double leg. Just keep in mind that since we're already on this big slant, you would never want to put your toes all the way down on the ground. Then you're going to bridge up again to bring that ball out from under you. And we're going to roll the other way so the ball comes underneath your shoulder blades. So now you're propped up on a little bit of an angle, very supported angle here, shoulders back and down. Let's bring our fingertips to the edges of our skull and open the elbows as wide as you can. Start to get a stretch across your chest. Nod your head yes, and allow that upper body to reach over the ball a little bit. You can go as far up over as you want, but keep your chin tucked. Ribs are going to pop up. Then on the exhale, you flatten the ribs to lift the head. So you're going to inhale up and over, exhale, flatten the ribs. Inhale up and over, exhale, flatten the ribs. If you want a little more resistance, you're going to take your arms, cradle your head, biceps are cradling your head, and you're going to continue that up and over motion, but with that longer lever. Beautiful. Next time you come up, let's stay there. Fingertips back to the edges of your skull. With this lifted position, rotate toward me. Take your arms, extend them, reach as if you're trying to stretch in opposite directions back through center support. Go the other way, stretch, twist, reach, back to center. Stretch, twist, reach, and center. Notice what's going on in your legs. Try and keep even weight in your hips. I'm noticing my hips are wanting to do that piston thing. So try and keep both hips equally down. Have the rotation occur at your waistline. Keep your knees together. And then last one each way, back to center. You're going to go ahead and roll off that ball, put the ball on the fronts of your ankles, roll like a ball. I'm not going to roll. You're going to roll, rolling on the exhale, inhaling when you get to the top, holding, exhaling to roll, inhaling, pause. If you also are not rolling, you can either roll side to side or you can come here and just hang out in a balanced position for a few moments. And then we'll all come to the top. We're going to sit up on our ball again. So come on up on that ball. And try and sit toward the front. So when you look down, you don't see the ball, you're hinged. And then knees are going to be bent to start with, heels flex for spine stretch. Grow tall through your spine, maybe even lift those arms up and start that hinge so you know that from your fingertips to your hip, you're in a straight line. Then sweep the arms down, press behind you, and grow tall. And then you have some options. You can start to straighten those legs. Sometimes I even like to roll forward on the ball, so I'm still tipped, but I'm not in that precarious, unstable environment, but I'm still getting that pelvic tilt. And then we'll sit up nice and tall. We're going to do that spine stretch one more time, arms to the side, option to lift them to the front, option to lift them up. So this is that really lifting up out of those hips to get that true stretch. And then we'll bring that down. We're going to roll off that ball. We're going to take that ball underneath our bottom leg, but you want it under your ankle, not your foot. That'll be a little bit too stable, just underneath your ankle. And then lie down, side lying. So it should feel a little wobbly already when you stack that top leg on. Your waistline is off the ground. You are going to feel this a little more in that bottom hip, so be careful if you need to put a little extra cushioning there. We're going to point those top toes. We're going to flex and bring them down. And then we're going to see if we can also, at the same time, push that bottom ankle into the ball just for a little extra challenge. Keep that going. And then gently come on up. We're going to bring this elbow underneath us, push your shoulder back, engage those lats by pulling your shoulder blade down your spine, create space between your ear and shoulder. We're going to be doing side plank. So your options are to have your knees stacked and both toes, all 10 toes off the ground, top leg in front, bottom leg behind, or stack those legs. Take that ball, put it where it's just underneath you. Make sure that your shoulders back and your hips are forward, and then lift off the ball and squish it an inch and lift and squish, lift and squish, lift and squish. Tiny movement here, right? Tiny movement, never compressing that ball. Remember, it's your pet ball, don't hurt it. Couple more here. And come down. You are welcome to stay in that side plank if the balanced side plank doesn't work for you. If you're going to try the balanced side plank, bottom ankle goes on first, leave a whole lot of space for your top foot, and then come on up. And balance. Whoops, or not. When you are ready, come on down. We're going to do those three things on the other side. So the ball is going to be underneath your bottom leg, underneath ankle, top leg, waistline lifted. And again, we point to lift, exhale to flex. Inhale, point, lift, exhale, flex down. So you guys are going to keep going. I'm going to come up. You have a few more of those legs. And then come on down. Find your side plank position, shoulder back, engage the lats, lots of space between the ear and shoulder, and then you choose which version of side plank you want. Ball right underneath you, line it up, and then lift and lower. You can either keep going or you can come down, try the balance, or keep going, come down, try the balance, and if that doesn't work, go back to that one, right? Otherwise, give it a whirl, top leg in front of the bottom one always. And gently down. Woo, as we come down, we're coming all the way over onto our abs. Ball is going to be off the mat, toes are going to be pointed. You're going to bring your hands on top of the ball. Lift your kneecaps to engage the lower body. Press your hands into the ball to lift the upper body just the tiniest bit. And then you're gonna squeeze the shoulder blades together to pull the ball back, keep your arms straight, and gently come down. Inhale to prepare, exhale, press down, inhale, squeeze back. Exhale down, inhale, prepare, exhale, lift, inhale, squeeze back, and exhale down, deep breath in. Exhale, press down, inhale, squeeze back, and bring it down. So working those posture muscles, a little bit of low back here. Beautiful. Take a little break here. You could bend your knees, windshield wiper them side to side. And then this time we're going to use a similar idea, but we are going to work that lower back. So we're just going to stretch those arms out on top of the ball. We're going to lift the upper body up a little higher. We're going to lift those legs. And then from there, with those legs lifted, we're going to see if we could roll forward and back. Just tiny little movement here. Keep that going. And then you're going to relax all the way back in your shell stretch, hips a bit, sit back on your heels. If you want to put the ball there to give yourself a little bit of space, that's awesome. Hands out front or by your sides. And then as you come up, you're going to put that ball or roller or pillow in the middle of the mat, and you're going to put your belly button on it. And your hands are your arms are in your plank position. We're going to be in our pre-plank, right? So my toes and my knees are on the ground. My head is in line with my spine. Shoulders are back and down. And that ball is just barely touching my body. And now I have to do that little tap lift from here. Tap lift, tap lift. It's not a big move because otherwise you're going to bring that too much into the low back. Or you could roll onto the tops of the thighs. You could also do that tap lift, or you could do a little side to side. Or you can tuck your toes into your full plank and try and roll the ball forward and back without ever creating a flat tire. Then you're going to take a break. Remember, that's going to be your option if the balance doesn't work for you. If you want to do the balance, you're going to take that ball underneath either your ankles or the fronts of your feet. You're going to find your plank again, or if you were on the fronts of your thighs, you can do that. And then you lift your hips and pike it up if you want, and come back into your plank. Drop your head, lift your hips by pulling your belly button in, and then back into your pike. Try that a few times. And then resting position, either back in your shell stretch if you like, or windshield wiper your legs. Take a quick break here before the next thing. All right, and then when you're ready, back onto your hands and knees. Take that ball behind your right leg, squeeze it between your hamstring and your calf. Hands right underneath you. Find a cat and then a cow, and then from that cow position, pull your abs in. Flex through that right heel. Couple options here. Press the heel to the sky, or squeeze it in, hamstring, or press and squeeze. Third option, lift that left arm. And then you can press and squeeze and lift both ends of the body if you want, don't have to. And then relax, bring that ball behind that left leg, flex to that heel, find your neutral spine, so it's like a cow, only your abs are in, lift that left leg up, and you can squeeze in or you can press up, you can do both, squeeze in and press up, right arm can go up, you can add it in. If that feels like too much pressure on that opposite knee, keep your hands down, and just keep moving through that for me, please. And then gently come on down. We're going to spin around again. We're going to be in a seated position on top of that ball again, with legs wide as they were for spine stretch, but sitting very tall. So you, again, you don't want to be rolled back on the ball. You want to be sitting forward. You can use that pillow for a wedge, or you can use that roller for that unstable environment. So legs can be bent if you need that for a straight spine. If you're able to straighten your legs and still stay tall, that's fine, because we're heading into our stall. Shake that left hand, that's going to rotate to your right leg and come down, reach with that back arm, inhale tall. Exhale, twist, reach, lengthen, and inhale tall. Exhale, twist, reach. Try not to just drop into it. It's very challenging in this position to stay in that lengthened position, but also think about your back hip staying down. So your range of motion might not be as big, right? Good, one more each way. Nice. Good job, Linda. And then bring your feet together. Okay, this is a little more challenging, seated twist on the ball. Big toes stay together, and that's our checkpoint. You may already feel like, what? If that's happening too much, you may have gentle fingers on the ground. Otherwise, arms are up. You're going to twist to the right. 3, 2, 1. Inhale, center. Check that your toes are still together. To the left. Shh, shh, shh. Inhale, center. To the right. Shh, shh, shh. Inhale, center. To the left. Shh, shh, shh. And inhale, center. Right. Shh, shh, shh. Center, left. Shh, shh. This time, bend that right elbow. Push back, push back, push back. Center, left. Shh, shh, shh. And relax. Woo! All right, go ahead and roll off that ball. Bring it out of the way. Head on down to the ground. Bring that ball behind your legs for just a second. Take a little squeeze, take a little rock side to side. And then bring that ball between your knees. Stack your legs up. Flatten those ribs. Arms out in a T position. You're going to start with a small side-to-side movement. And you're going to start to make this a little bit bigger. Keep those toes where you can see them. Now you can go as far as you want to, because holding that ball between your knees, I know you're not going to be able to cheat and lift one leg at a time. And one more round each way. And then hug those knees in. Left foot goes on the ground, ball goes behind that right leg. Woo, compress that ball between your calf and your hamstring point and flex that foot. Rotate. And then use your right hand to bring that knee to the right and over, opening up, getting a little inner thigh stretch, and then do that again. Leave it at that inner thigh stretch. Maybe support it with your right hand. You can hold it on the ball or the knee. And then you're going to rotate that leg so the right ankle comes across the left knee again. But all we're going to do this time is use the left hand to manipulate those toes, right? So I put my fingers in between the toes and I'm pulling and pushing. You should get a lot of movement down through that foot, little rock side to side if you like, curl and extend, and then switch and grab your toes with your right hand, grab hold of the ball with your left, and then push, pull. And again, lots of movement through that foot, and then let the ball go. If you can straighten that leg and still hold the toes, you're going to keep that push-pull movement. If you need to move your hand down, that's absolutely fine. And then bring that right leg back to center. Ball comes back behind it. Left leg is going to stretch out on the ground, flex to the heel. Roll the ball up to the ankles, flex the heel, bring it down with you, and then come down. Let that leg lower and see if that right side hopefully feels better than the left. Cross the right ankle over the left thigh, let it pivot open. Curl that left knee in. You might as well go ahead and put that ball behind it now. Grab your shin. Take a little rock side to side. This should deepen that stretch on your right hip if you're able to grab that left shin. Maybe pull the knees even closer for a deeper stretch. And then pull that right knee all the way across, hug the knees up and over to the left shoulder. Option to just extend your right arm and get that delicious stretch on the hip. Or if you want, you can go ahead and let those knees drop all the way over to the left for a twist. As you come back through center, you're going to uncross everything, and voila, the ball is where you need it, behind that left knee. Squeeze down and in. Take some rotation side to side, over and around. Get that inner thigh stretch. And then eventually let the left knee drop to the left. You can either pull it over or support it with your left hand. Right leg is open. And then we'll go ahead and pivot so the ankle comes across the right thigh. Right fingertips slide through those toes, and then get some movement there. Forward and back. Beautiful. And then grab those toes with your left hand. Pull back. Hamstring stretch, deep stretch here, push and pull. If you're still holding on, straighten that leg, push and pull. If you need to move your hand, that's fine. Then we'll come to center. Ball goes up to the left ankle. Right leg is going to straighten out and flex. We come up, we flex, we come down, move the ball out of the way, lower that left leg. Again, hopefully that feels better. Now that left ankle will cross the right thigh. We'll put that ball back behind the right leg for now. See if you can thread the needle and put your hands on the front of the right shin. Deep stretch for that left hip. If that doesn't happen for you, you can hold just shin, whatever you need to do. Little rock side to side, or for more intensity, pull that right knee closer. That'll definitely deepen the stretch on the left hip. And then all the way over the right. Hug him in, let him move to the right, left arm to the side. Option to stay here for that big stretch, or to twist over if you want. And then back through center whenever you're ready. Take a moment, pause over there. Meet on your hands and knees. Let's do hands out front. Undulate forward and back, cat and cow, or cat and leprechaun. Always have to move on your chums. I know you guys miss that. All right, and find your beautiful boxy shape. Neutral spine, tuck your toes, lift your hips, pedal those feet out. And then wide stance. Hang over, nod yes and shake no, loosen that neck, bend your knees, exhale cat. And inhale cow. Top of the morning. Thank you guys.